For you to move from where you are to where you want to be, for you to have today's ceiling be tomorrow's floor, you must walk in fearlessness. You cannot be afraid. Fear is false evidence appearing real, and you are not afraid. There is nothing to be afraid of. Colonel Archibald Gracie was one of the survivors on the Titanic. He was a hero when it came to helping women and children into lifeboats. He stayed to the last to help others, and then he went down with the Titanic. As he was swimming in the icy waters, he realized that he needed to get away from the ship, because if the ship's boilers were to explode, it would literally boil those who were nearby. So with all of his strength and with his mindset, he began to swim away from the ship. Strength began to lessen and his body began to slowly freeze. The colonel almost quit and gave up. He prayed to God that somehow his wife would be comforted. In his prayer, he said to his wife, "Goodbye until we meet again in heaven." But all of a sudden, new strength came into Archibald. He pushed himself upward and he collided with some of the wreckage. And then, as he looked, he saw an overturned lifeboat. People were holding on to the boat. Some had even climbed onto the overturned lifeboat to hopefully be saved. And Archibald lived to tell his story. It took fearlessness. It took a fearless attitude. He made a distinct decision to not give up. If you want to get from here to where you want to be, you cannot even begin to consider the word giving up. Never quit. Never give up. Never say, "I can't do this. It won't happen." These words cannot be in your vocabulary. They cannot be something for you to consider. You must walk a life of fearlessness. Sometimes it takes time to get to this place, but you must practice it. You must continue to say, "I will not be afraid." You cannot allow your feelings to rule your life. You cannot allow how you feel take over you. Or if you do, you will never, there's that word never, get to where you want to be. You have to say, "I refuse to fear. I refuse to allow my feelings to control my life." No fear. You cannot fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It appears real. It looks real. It seems real. I believe it's real. I think it's real. Oh boy, it's real. No, I believe fear is a false evidence that appears to be real. And I will not allow my life to be controlled by fear. Archibald was willing to save and help others. He thought he was going to die, but he wasn't willing to quit. He didn't fear. He said, "I will do my best to save others. And if I die, I die. But I did my best to save others, and I'll do my best to save myself." And he lived to tell the story. Courage, fearless attitude. I won't give up. I will finish what I started. I won't procrastinate anymore and say, "I'll do it another day." I will begin my journey today. I will begin my journey now. I will start this path today. I will take a step now. It may be a small step. It may be a baby step, but I am going in the right direction, and I will not fear. I will not fear. I will not fear. I will not fear. I will not be afraid. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to finish this thing. I'm going to do it. I'll look back and go, look at where I came from. Wow. I will march on. I will move on. Fear is not an option for me. Fear is not something that I will even consider anymore. No way. You cannot. We will not. You cannot even consider that word fear. You will walk in fearlessness. You don't focus on what other people are doing. Well, look at them. They're afraid. It doesn't matter. You won't be afraid. You will walk forward, and you will walk to your destiny. You have to. You must. It's not an option. For you to be able to get from here to where you want to be, for you to see today's ceiling become tomorrow's floor, you must stay positive. You must stay enthusiastic. You must stay excited. On the inside, you must know that you know that you know you are going to reach your destination. You have to be enthusiastic. You have to be. Now, on the outside, you have to live your life. I'm not saying every day jump up and down and scream and shout every minute of every day. But inside, you are shouting and screaming and jumping and celebrating every day. Some of that will exude out. It will come out. You'll see a difference by the way you behave, and others will notice a difference. What is going on with you? I'm excited about my future. I'm going somewhere. Come along if you want, but I'm not stopping. I'm moving. I'm going. And you do this without fear. Every day celebrate who you are becoming. Choose to be happy. Choose to be excited about life. When others are saying, do you see the economy? Do you see what's going on in the world? You focus on what's happening in your life. You focus on where you're going. You focus on the finish line. You don't give up. You stay excited. Envision yourself achieving the very things you know in your heart are already yours. See them. Know they're there. Be excited. Be enthusiastic. It was January 1st, 1929. And the Golden Bears were playing against Georgia Tech at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. It was during the second quarter that Roy Riegels picked up a fumble who was just 30 yards away from their end zone, and somehow he turned around and ran 69 yards toward the opponent's goal line. Riegels put it this way: I was running toward the sidelines when I picked up the ball. I started to turn to my left, and somehow somebody shoved me, and I bounded right off into a tackler. In pivoting to get away from him, I completely lost my bearings. Benny, one of Riegel's teammates, chased him, screaming at him to stop. He finally caught up with him at the 3-yard line and tried to turn him around, but he was hit by many of the Tech players and tackled back to the 1-yard line. Riegels was so upset about what he had done, he had to be talked into returning and playing in the game the second half. Roy said to his coach, I can't do it. I've ruined you. I've ruined myself. I've ruined the University of California. I can't face the crowd to save my life. The coach responded by saying, Roy, get up and get back out there. The game is only half over. Stay positive. The game is only half over. Stay enthusiastic. Stay fearless. No excuses, ever, never, ever. It's only half over. You're never too old to reach your goal. Never. If you're 105 and you're still alive, it's not too late. Never. You don't look back, you move on. You only look back to learn from your mistakes. You don't look back to beat yourself up. You keep moving on. It's not over. It's not over. Stay positive. You can do this.